Hey, what's up guys, TotallyDubbed here, and today I'm doing a video review for the Razer DeathAdder Chroma. So this was released really not long ago, and it was an updated version to the normal DeathAdder. So DeathAdder owners will be very much accustomed to this mouse. This mouse can be found for around £55, and I'll link in the description below some links to purchase. The normal DeathAdder is around £45, so in reality you're paying an extra £10 for color customization and a sensor that's 10,000 DPI or CPI instead of the 6,400 which is in the normal DeathAdder. Apart from that, the DeathAdder is exactly the same. You've got two buttons on the left hand side, you've got a scroll wheel which can be programmed to have different clicks when you click on it, and you've got the left and right buttons. The cable is braided as well and is around 1.5 meters long, which is long enough to fit behind your computer. The mouse itself doesn't have a dedicated profile switching button, which was a little bit disappointing, and on top of that didn't have any extra buttons on the side. Furthermore, the weight cannot be adjusted, but the weight in hand is actually quite good. For me, it's actually perfect. It's that bridge between a very heavy mouse and a very light mouse. For example, something like a Sensei from SteelSeries in comparison to something like a Logic MX Performance mouse. It's very much the bridge between the two. In terms of the overall comfort of the mouse, I was very much comfortable using it, and in fact it was probably one of the most comfortable mice I've ever come across. When I first put my hands on it, it really felt like a glove. It felt really well in the hand, and Razer have really thought about the ergonomics of this mouse. Really well done, and I can see why a lot of gamers choose this mouse, because it's a very comfortable mouse to use. Now, in terms of the gaming performance itself, the gaming performance was very good. I didn't notice any problems, and on top of that, due to the comfort, I was very much on top of my game. However, due to me coming from a mouse that has a little bit extra buttons, as you can see 3 buttons over here, a couple of buttons over there, at the top, it was a mouse that felt a little bit constrained, and I was a little bit disappointed about that. Due to its £55 price tag, I would have at least expected a bit more buttons, but unfortunately you're only left with really 2. It would have been great if you had 3 or potentially a few on the top, which gave you that extra edge due to you being able to program a little bit more on your mouse. On top of that, the lack of a dedicated profile switch meant that you had to resort on the software in order to change your profile. It isn't exactly a bad thing because the software works really well, but it means there's an extra couple of clicks rather than a dedicated hardware profile switch button, for example like so, which changes the profile of my anchor mouse within a click of a button, whereas this I have to go on the software, right click and choose my profile and then apply it and come out. It's something that's just an extra step that can be a little bit frustrating, especially if you've already joined the game and you already launched it, and then you have to alt tab out in order to do that. It's something that I should mention just because this mouse is priced at a £55 price tag. So speaking about profile switching, let's go on to the software itself, which allows you to do profile switching. I was very much impressed with the software. The overall feel of the software was really well done, and it's clear to see that Razer have looked into this as a gamer. In terms of the actual functionalities, there is really much an unlimited amount of functionalities that you can choose from, even from macros. So I was very much impressed with the amount of functions you could get, and obviously as being an FPS gamer, I just set these to RNG, which are reload, and grenade, which are the ones I used most in Battlefield 4. Over here you can set different profiles. For example, media I've got for multimedia usage and a gamer as a gamer usage, and on top of that you can change a couple of other things. For example, you can set some macros. You can also set the performance of the mouse, for example the actual DPI, CPI of the mouse, and you can even change the acceleration. On top of that, you can change the polling rate, which should be normally set at 1000, which I don't know why it wasn't before, but yeah, it should be it can be set completely up to you. And on top of that, the lighting. So obviously the chroma is very much adjustable in terms of lighting, and therefore you can change the color to absolutely anything you want. What I really like about this is the fact that you can change the lighting of the scroll wheel and the logo independently. Therefore you can have two different colors at one point. What I like is the spectrum cycle. That means that it goes through all different types of colors, which is brilliant. Finally, you can calibrate the mouse, which is great, and I find this quite interesting that you can choose actual Razer mats to calibrate it on, but it was interesting that you can actually calibrate a mouse with the given surface that you have, and it might be slightly different. On top of that, you can customize the lift range, which was quite good to have. So overall, this mouse was very much impressive. Is it something I would recommend? Yes. But is it something that I would say potentially there might be other mices out there? For example, my Anker 8200 DPI mouse. Yes, there are other options out there, and other cheaper options which offer pretty much the exact same gaming experience, but give you a much better customizability, if that's even a word. But what I'm trying to say is that this is pretty much a bare bones mouse to me. It works, it does the job, it looks pretty and everything, and it's very nice and fits like a glove. But in terms of extra functionality, it doesn't really offer me anything that much special. Is it something, a mouse that I feel that previous DeathAdder owners will have to go and buy? Definitely not. I would save your money and look elsewhere in terms of investing. If it's something that you're going to definitely venture into new, if you're coming from just a normal standard mouse, then yeah, definitely look into this. It's definitely something that you should look into, but it's something that you should also consider to try before you buy, just due to the form factor, which personally fits like a glove to me, but might not fit for people that have a little bit smaller hands or much larger hands. Anyway guys, I've been totally dubbed. Hopefully this video has been helpful. If it has, make sure you give it a nice healthy thumbs up, and definitely comment to let me know your thoughts of the mouse itself. And furthermore, comment, share and favorite this video, as it always helps, and definitely do subscribe if you like this video and would like to see more. Anyway guys, I've been totally dubbed, and this has been the Razer DeathAdder Chroma, which has been released in late 2014. Alright guys, I've been totally dubbed. Take care. Bye bye.